Yo, so this is a trade recap of the trades I took trading gold in Asia. So let's go on the lower time frame here in the 1 minute. We got this internal draw, right? We come up, we open up around here, this place higher, and we sweep it and this place lower. Not only that, but we also got this PXL with these lows. We tap into a CE of a PXL, and going into the 15-minute time frame, we see this gap, right? So with this gap, price comes up and this place is lower. So when that happened, when Asia opened up, I was kind of bearish. My overall narrative was bearish. So right here. So shorts in this area were kind of clean into these draws I marked out. But this candle was just too big, right? And I couldn't really enter off this big of a displacement candle. I kind of wanted the candle to close higher so I could possibly find an entry around here. Stops are above this high and TP on the first swing low. But I skipped on this trade. So after I see price comes into the first draw liquidity, here let me just show you the draws I have. So we got four draws. We got this low, this low, this low, and this low. So they're all pretty much together. So I kind of saw it as an area either we might reject off of it heavily or we displace lower and try to find some other lows, right? So I wanted to long around this area once we tap into the first round liquidity, but I didn't find my entry. We also had a volume balance right here on the 1 minute. As we can see, the price rebalance into it and displace lower. So then we got these two candles that take out all the draws, and this candle was, I think, around 20 points. So once that happened, I kind of changed my narrative into maybe having a more bullish narrative since we took out all the high time frame lows, and I kind of want to see where price rejected from right here. So again to the 15-minute, I see this gap, right? Price comes down to the gap, respects the gap, and switches higher. And I think also when price came down to this low and displaced the candle close like this. So yeah, from here I was just really confident in longing. So now going, kind of don't want to show my entry sauce, but I found my entry here, right? And my TP was this volume imbalance, and it was a 4 hour. So with this trade, since it was a higher time frame, price could have ran for more than it did here, and I went in kind of heavy risk. So at 50K standards, the most you can do is three minis, right? So my risk was 1,000 to make 4,000 since it was a 4 hour. So right here, I was happy, 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 and then we came into this volume imbalance. Once we tap into it, we reject it, but I wasn't too worried about it since, price needs to rebalance before going higher. And then seeing these two bullish candles open up, I was just more confident in my trade hitting. But then I saw this VC get inverted plus this candle that broke structure, right? So I moved my stops right here. Oops. I moved my stops here to break even. I let it run and I saw price come up and it came down to my BE and took me out, right? Took me out by a tick and then I saw reverse. So all this right here, I just felt FOMO. Like I was kind of pissed that my tree was going on without me. But then again, price retested the zone of rejection and we dumped. And it would stop me out if I didn't go break even. So it was a pretty smart choice. So then my second trade, right? It was more of an internal type trade. So I didn't want to target too much and I wasn't too confident of this being the main reason why we go higher, right? So I'm going to catch the rebalance into the zone. So with this wick, also let's go to the 5 minute time frame. So we also have this gap right here, right? So with that gap, price comes down. Let me go back into it 1 minute. So we turtle soup, and with my entry model, I enter longs here, stops below the low, and I target a 3R into this OB on the 1 minute. So as you can see, we tap into the CE of it, and we came down for a little bit, but we ended up going higher. So not only was it an OB, it was a volume imbalance, and not only was it a volume imbalance, but it was also the 50% of this range, right? So, and as you can see, price went up a little bit more. I could have targeted more, but I didn't think it would have been that much of a run, to be honest. So I risked 250 around, actually, I think it was like 280 to make what I have here, $126. And as you can see, price went into the PXL right here, this breaker block, and we displaced lower, and it kept running lower, stay within the 5 minute gap, and went higher now. So yeah, that was pretty much the trade recap of today.